As far as how they match up as one whole tattoo, I wish the clouds met up at the top.
But they're different types of clouds.
Well, they shouldn't be. It should be the same clouds.
That was actually a miscommunication.
I went a more Japanese style with it, and he went a more traditional way.
In terms of adaptability, I think ironing that kind of thing out would have been a key part of this team effort. For this elimination tattoo, you must make your canvases superhuman by transforming them into cyborgs.
Cyborg tattoos? I've been trying to avoid these for years.
A cyborg has mechanical parts incorporated into their body to enhance their capabilities. Your canvases want gears, pistons, cogs, pulleys, and other mechanisms where joints and muscles would exist.
Biomechanical tattoos are always really harsh and rigid, and I don't even know where to start on designs like this.
And there's no better test of consistency than working with other artists on multiple tattoos. So once again, it's Team Peck versus Team Nunez. All the members of your team must tattoo your canvas at the same time. You're being judged as a team. That means you win as a team or you lose as a team.
It's hard as hell to tattoo with somebody else tattooing next to you, much less two other people. It's gonna be a nightmare.
But that's not all.
Why would it be?
Every hour, you must switch tattoos, proving your consistency by seamlessly picking up where the last artist left off.
Oh man, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. All of us have very different styles, and Nate's line work sucks. If we don't show consistency in these tattoos, we're going to lose.
We win together or lose together today. One of their guys is already in the finale by default.
Yeah.
So only two of you can make it. I want to make sure I make that. You know what I would love to see you guys do? One badass, huge rockin' image that's one big tattoo that goes over both.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool.
One big, bold, beautiful thing. Boom.
Only having two tattooers today that have a very similar style is a definite advantage.
I thought we would have a disadvantage because we're missing one person, but this is better.
See these sections where the red breaks in?
Yep.
Just get free and fun.
I'm on it.
Think I'm okay even though I went down there?
Yeah, just don't do them on the rest.
I never do biomechanical, so I need to take every bit of advice Nunez gives me. He's making sure that we're as solid as possible. I think we're okay.
And switch.
I just did black, gray into red. Is that too dark?
It is.
I walked away and we had a game plan. I came back in. This thing's so There is no biomechanical background, and the exterior was supposed to look like metal plating. It turned into rocks. If this thing is just the skull with these broken rocks around it, these guys are gonna get tore apart.
Artists, time to switch.
Did I it up?
Just keep rocking.
This is the least confident I've ever seen Nikki.
If we make back here like the source of light, this being dark makes perfect sense.
That'll be cool.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Okay.
What's done is done. I just have to keep on track and make sure that she knows she's still doing a good job.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Woo! Oh, your mama. I'm sorry. You okay?
No. I really doubt this is gonna win. It's supposed to be like a cyborg. It doesn't look like metal. It looks like rocks. I went too dark on one part of the skull.
The realization is setting in that my hard work is probably sending one of my girls home.
Me and Kelly don't know how to do bio. We didn't go in the gear and mechanical direction either. I mean, it may look consistent all over.
You're here to fight, and you have to put up a good one.
Today you had to show consistency tattooing cyborg tattoos. Remember, you're being judged as a team. Let's see how you did. Team Nunez.
I think it's a pretty good tattoo, but I don't see any kind of mechanical, doesn't say cyborg to me. I would also say that I don't think that the forehead matches the rest of the skull. It looks really smooth and it doesn't have as much texture or dimension as the lower part of the face or the bottom jaw.
That was a difficult tattoo.
In all honesty, I truly believe that we gave her a good tattoo, but it might have gotten away from us.
Gotten away from you how? Because the challenge was transform your canvas into a cyborg.
That's probably what got away from us.
When we take that, you know, we can go down the route of biomech, which we definitely did.
It's a little more bio-organic. Heavy on the bio.
Light on the mech. First of all, this strategy to turn your canvas into a cyborg and you give her a skull in a cavernous setting, I could see maybe a little bit of bio, but I don't see even a drop of mech in this at all. So biomech is out. I don't think the skull and the jawbone look consistent in any way. The bottom jaw looks like a totally separate thought that doesn't go along with the skull at all. And then you look at the side of the jaw that's closest to us, it's really thin. And the one in the background, it's super thick. It makes it hard for me to know that's a jaw. From a distance, it looks like just a red oil rag getting thrown down a cave.
It was the most stressful tattoo I think either of us have done here.
We have some issues. Behind the skull, we were supposed to have all that weird connective biomech tissue, but you missed doing those weird shapes that we talked about doing, and then coloring the same way you colored. That would have been fine. You would have had it. Problem is that we didn't hit the look of the metal, and we didn't hit the look of the biomech tissue behind the skull. The things we talked about got lost in translation.
What I will say in terms of consistency here, it does look like one artist did both tattoos. The line weights are consistent, shading is consistent. I do see remnants of that biomechanical style with these rock formations that are coming out, so I see that as being a consistent element there. So there are consistent elements here, and that is one of the things we're testing for. For centuries, fishermen around the world have told legendary tales of a fictitious sea monster similar to the giant squid, the Kraken. According to legend, the Kraken wreaked havoc on tall ships and rum-running vessels and had violent battles with its natural enemies. Today, your canvases all want their own tattoo of the Kraken in battle on their hands.
Hands?
There's a long list of problems with hand tattoos. Some hands are gonna swell right away. You got veins, bones. There are totally different factors when it comes to hands.
And you must work in teams of 2, tattooing both of your canvas's hands at the same time. What? The Kraken must be in black and gray, while the enemy can be in any color.
Nice to meet you.
What's up, Mike? Nice to meet you, bro.
What are we fighting?
Snake.
Snake.
My canvas surprisingly wants a Kraken versus a snake.
I like the idea of the fangs protruding coming out.
I think it'd be good for me to do the snake.
I agree, yeah.
I don't understand what's happening with the snake.
Did you forget the teeth?
I totally did not put teeth in it. I'm excited about this. Let's rock and roll.
You're gonna do your tentacles last, right?
Yep, so I can see yours.
Yep. Dave is doing the sperm whale. It looks like a shoebox with an eyeball on it. It doesn't even look like a whale to me.
I think it's a nice little playful whale.
He's gonna make me look like a fool up there.
All right, artists, it's time to critique your work. Earl and Duffy. From a few feet away, it's very difficult to tell what's going on.
It was hard to find a happy medium with the background being that it's supposed to be like a dark scene.
Darker blues on darker skin kills the contrast. Earl, as far as your snake, it's more of a fish.
It's a big head and just a bunch of coils behind it.
Damn, Earl, you need to stay away from these snakes. Go ahead and put it to rest.
MV and Keto.
We went with a dark water, and then in contrast, a really bright orange for the background.
I don't think it's that bright.
It goes from a darker tone from this side up to a lighter tone on this side.
I don't think it adds much contrast to his skin.
Oh, we thought we hit it with the contrast.
Cruzman and Dave.
I like these tattoos. They're simple and bold. The thing that's just bugging me is the ending of the whale on the knuckles. The eye is outlined and finished out, but the shading stops higher than that. That's bugging me.
My part looks awesome. I could strangle Dave Clark right now. He has 100% taken away the chance of me getting my first skull pick.
Today, you'll be going head-to-head on the same canvas at the same time. What? Because you must create interlocking tattoos.
What?
This is crazy. I've never done anything like this.
Each of you must tattoo one of your canvas's forearms. Not only must each forearm stand alone as a complete piece, but when your canvas's forearms are touching, both tattoos must seamlessly connect to create one larger, impressive image.
What the hell? You have to adapt to the canvas's needs, adapt in the drawing styles, adapt in the fact that these have to form together. This is just a cluster of all kinds of adaptability.
That's gonna be hard.
Yeah. You have to work together. If you do not match, you are out.
Let's meet your canvases.
What are you looking to do?
2 snakes that'll be 1 snake whenever you put the arms together.
This snake tattoo is not gonna work. How does that turn into one tattoo here?
One by one, please read the artist's name on the bottom of your skulls.
Josh. Julia.
Eric thinks that he's screwing me over by putting me with Julia. I get to hang out with Julia all night. That's cool. But it's gonna be an easy win.
1 snake on each arm. Whenever I put forearms together, it'll wrap up.
My canvas wants a interlocking tattoo of a snake, but because of the way he wants it, it's not reasonable to do. Do you have any other ideas? I'm gonna do something that works best for me and lead us into a situation that's gonna be beneficial for this tattoo.
Maybe like angel type thing on one side and then like a demon on the other.
Yeah.
So fill that in a little bit more.
What the hell is Mark trying to do? Completely change the background. Have to add more rows of clouds just so the tattoos match up again. I am pissed.
What happened?
Mark changed the background halfway through the tattoo.
Well, go back in there, match it up. Have him hold him like that real quick. That's what we did. We just kept comparing him.
Don's got a problem with his teammate. Why is he telling me?
We're just throwing the towel and saying, it. What's it gonna be, Don? Are we doing that little bit to tip solid black, or are we leaving it open?
Mine's open. I know for a fact that I can beat out Aaron in this head-to-head. I came here to beat my rival. Now is my opportunity to make sure that Aaron goes home. It's a done deal. So what do you want to do about background?
I don't know yet, Emily. I not only have to work with my rival, but I have to beat her.
Final hour, 1 hour to go, everybody.
Double arm style?
Style, there it is, baby.
You're doing dark hair, right?
Dark hair, yeah.
It's nerve-wracking knowing I have to go head-to-head with Josh. He is a portrait artist, and I've only done a few portraits. Are you putting white highlights in yours?
In a few places.
He's just giving me a lot of positive reinforcement, and I feel really good about my tattoo. Hey, Josh.
Yo.
Do you want to peek at mine so far?
Julia, do a tattoo on your own. Do not rely on me to guide you through it.
Do you think she needs a highlight in her lips?
You should know these things already on your own. And if you don't, then you should be eliminated.
Today, you had to show adaptability by working with another artist to create interlocking tattoos. Josh and Julia, let's start with you. These two designs, when they are interlocked, they don't seem to go together as well as they could.
I disagree. I felt like the angelic face we wanted to keep very light and airy. Obviously, if you go dark, then it won't have that contrast where it looks like good and
I think that's where the adaptability part of this challenge would come in, because the idea was to make it look as though it was one connecting, flowing piece. Julia.
The detail is not very nice. The whole shape of her head, that just looks like a weird big toe.
I traced it from the actual picture.
Then why do the eyes look crooked?
I don't know. I thought it looked really good when I did it.
Look at the nose. She has no nose bone. If you're gonna shade a face, understand where the shading goes. Don't just wing it.
Let's move along to Josh.
Technically, it's really smooth, and I know it's supposed to be evil, but it is really dark. You got the robe, the skin, the hair, and the horns. At least one of those elements should be tonally different somehow.
The other thing is the eyes aren't the same.
Well, nobody's eyes are ever the same, so for me to make them perfect
Yeah,
is
but there is no
symmetrical.
excuses. They're just the only highlights in the entire tattoo, so they stick out like a sore thumb.
Final decision?
Josh.
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 Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Emily and Aaron.
It's a tough artistic choice to show adaptability.
It looks like this peacock looked into a mirror and is so hideous that it shattered the mirror. Let's move into Emily's tattoo. I love the head on this peacock. There's some nice detail happening in the face of this bird.
If you're gonna put this much detail into the head, then why not the feathers?
We were definitely going for a stylized look on it.
You took a very grade school attempt at those.
Aaron.
If you're asked for a mirror and feathers, it has to be completely legible. That did not happen. Emily's peacock is a peacock. It is legible.
It was tough. It was tough coming up with the design and the layout.
Maybe if you did a smaller mirror with a handle on it and wrapped feathers around it and did a really ornate handle and do something beautiful, that is your game changer.
Final decision.
Because I immediately recognized what I'm looking at, I'm going with Emily's.
I'm gonna go with Emily as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mark and Don.
As far as how they match up as one whole tattoo, I wish the clouds met up at the top.
But they're different types of clouds.
Well, they shouldn't be. It should be the same clouds.
That was actually a miscommunication.
I went a more Japanese style with it, and he went a more traditional way.
In terms of adaptability, I think ironing that kind of thing out would have been a key part of this team effort.
Going into Don's tattoo, just outline alone, it's a lot cleaner than Mark's. If you look at your shading in the hull of the ship, it's nice, it's smooth. There's a good gradual fade from brown to light brown, yellow highlights in there. It's a strong looking tattoo.
Mark.
It's very scratchy. I know you can say that it's a beat up old pirate ship, but it's still just technically not really that smooth.
I'm the opposite side of the fence. I like this thing. I like the little hidden scully and the torn up sail. The clouds, I really like the way you shaded them. I think it's strong. I like the little wispy purple that you put into the sails. It might not be perfect, but it's tough.
Let's poll the judges for this head-to-head challenge.
Going with Don.
I'm sticking with Mark. I like the tough one.
For just overall readability, I'm going with Don. Congratulations, man.